Today,
we are celebrating
episode 100
of
MystiCast.
Hello, and welcome to our very first episode of MystiCast.
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 MystiCast starts right now.
MystiCast.
MystiCast.
You're watching MystiCast.
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 MystiCast. MystiCast.
In February, Bismarck State College's very own Taylor Austin, along with a few other Mystic Media students, attended the Intercollegiate Broadcasting System Awards Conference in New York City. There, she was one of 5 nominees from across the United States. The award category she was nominated for was Best Documentary. And guess what? She won. Here's a video she put together highlighting her experience in the Big Apple of New York City.
Yeah, I'm out at Brooklyn. Now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to De Niro. But I'll be hood forever. I'm the new Sinatra. And since I made it here, I can make it anywhere. Yeah, they love me everywhere. I used to cop in Harlem. All of my Dominicanos right there up on Broadway. Pulled me back to that McDonald's. Took it to my stash spot, 560 State Street. Catch me in the kitchen like a Simmons whipping pastry. Cruising down A Street, off-white Lexus. Driving so slow, but BK is from Texas. Me, I'm out there Bed-Stuy, home of that boy Biggie. Now I live on Billboard, and I brought my boys with me. Say what up to Tata, still sipping my top. Sitting courtside, Knicks and Nets give me high five. I be spiked out, I could trip a referee. Tell by my attitude that I most definitely from. With OG at a Yankee game. That made the Yankee hat more famous than a Yankee can. You should know I bleed blue, but I ain't a crypto. But I got a gang of walking with my click though. Welcome to the melting pot. Corners where we selling Africa been by the home of the hip hop. Yellow cap, gypsy cap, dollar cap, holla back. For foreigners it ain't fair, they act like they forgot how to act. 8 million stories out there in the naked city. It's a pity half of y'all won't make it. Me, I got a plug special where I got it made. If Jesus paying LeBron, I'm paying Dwayne Wade. 3 dice CeeLo, 3 card Marley. Labor Day parade, rest in peace Bob Marley. Statue of Liberty, long live the World Trade, long live the King, yo. I'm from the Empire State, that's is blinding. Girls need blinders, or they could step out of bounds quick. The sidelines is lined with casualties who sip the life casually, then gradually become worse. Don't fight the apple eve, caught up in the in crowd. Now you're in style, and in the winter gets cold. In vogue with your skin out. City of sin, it's a pity on a whim. Good girls gone bad, the city's filled with them. Mommy took a bus trip, now she got a bust out. Everybody ride her, just like a bus route. Hail Mary to the city, you're a virgin. And Jesus can't save you, life starts when the church in. Came here for school, graduated to the highlight. Ball players, rap stars, addicted to the limelight. Got you feeling like a champion. The city never sleeps, better slip you an Ambien.
This one is going to Bismarck State College. Taylor Page, a son for my mother.
All right.
Thank you to everyone at Bismarck State College, including Miss Karen, who has really helped me along my journey. She's helped push me, and she's also the one who signed me up for this award, so thank you, Miss Karen, and thank you to my mom, who I dedicated this documentary to. God bless your soul, and I hope I can make you proud, and thank you to God and everyone else.
These streets will make you feel brand new. Big lights will inspire you. Let's hear it for New York. New York.
Taylor's documentary was about her mother Debbie's life, who worked as a television news reporter, and her battle with Parkinson's. You can find it on YouTube titled A Documentary for My Mother. Speaking of going places, we sent Ashley to the moon. Ash, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm standing right next to you. Is there anything more frightening than seeing the familiar face of someone you went to high school with out in the wild? An old classmate that you know but never really knew. This is that scenario in live action, presented by Levon.
Just another day of my life. Oh my gosh, is that Christina? Oh geez, I haven't seen her in a couple years. I hope she doesn't see me. Just looking at these sponges here. I mean, is she gonna leave this aisle ever, or am I just gonna have to look at sponges like an idiot for 5 minutes? Oh, what kind of reaction was that? Does she hate me or something? Man, whatever happened to Hot Wheels? What even is... Oh no. Okay, just walk by and say hi. Or we're handshaking.
Oh man, good to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it sure has been. I wonder why.
Yeah, I was just looking at the Hot
the
Wheels.
6.5 inch by 5 7/8 inch.
Oh, wow.
Bag over here, but I don't think I have it. I've
I
heard of Walmart
really
and
don't
Target,
care.
You know, so I might check out here. We'll see.
Oh, yeah,
We'll see,
maybe.
yeah. After this
Oh,
one, check out the
please
dogs,
go
you know,
as soon
I
as
got
you
feed
can.
those pups, you
Yeah, I
know.
think that one's just over there.
Yeah, I've been rescuing strays and whatnot.
Oh, wow.
From,
Really?
yeah,
Look at you.
police dogs.
So
got
cool.
injured. Yeah, I've been rescuing them and rehabilitating them. It's been
Good
really
for
good
you.
to the community. Yeah. What have you been up to? What have you been doing?
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely
well, you know,
nothing.
I'm kind of in a hurry right now.
Just trying to
So it's
leave.
good seeing you, dude.
No, it certainly is.
No.
Oh.
Sorry
I don't know,
about
man. I
that.
just remember in high school, man. You were like,
Oh, we don't need to go
Yeah,
there.
that was a
you
while
know.
ago, you know.
There's a
nice.
reason that was a while ago.
that and like the JV team, you know.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
not
we
the
got a good
JV
JV
team.
team that one year. I gotta get going.
Yeah, senior year. Yeah,
Please
yeah.
let me leave.
So I'll see you around though.
No, I won't.
Definitely. Yeah, hit me up sometime.
Please
Yeah,
do
for
not,
sure,
ever.
for sure.
Gosh, that is awkward. You know what else is awkward? Being on the moon. And you know what else is out of this world? The Mix radio station. I can't believe I'm on the moon. Oh, how am I able to breathe here without any kind of like spacesuit or a helmet? At least my shoes are cute. I'm really happy about that. What kind of weather do they have in space? Can anyone hear me scream if I start screaming here in space? Oh, that's a pretty...
Have you ever wondered how DJs at The Mix produce their radio shows? Zachary takes us behind the scenes as he records and edits an episode of his Mix show.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Atomic Tonality. I'm DJ Atomic. Let's get into some music now. Next up is a song that has been all the rage on TikTok over the last 2 months. Here is Made You Look by Megan Trainor. You're listening to Atomic Tonality here on BSC MYX The Mix. So we are reaching the end of the show for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed listening. Thanks again for tuning into Atomic Tonality. I have been DJ Atomic. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. And until next time, bye-bye.
What a process. You can listen to his show and other shows by downloading the BSC MYX, the brand new Mix app available on any device, or by visiting the Mystic Media website at bscmysticmedia.com. Or maybe you're not in the mood to listen to words and would rather look at them.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was too busy looking at words. Are you looking for a good read? Ashley shares her top 10 reads of 2022.
Hello everyone, I'm Ashley Presser and I love to read. I've read a lot of books in 2022 and thought it would be fun to share with you my top 10 reads of the year. Number 10, Warstorm by Victoria Aveyard. As the fourth book in the Red Queen series, I'll admit I was hoping for more out of the nearly 700 pages. I know I'm kind of a harsh critic, but it felt slow-moving. I was hoping for a fast-paced conclusion to the revolution started in book 1, but instead found myself having to reread pages and force myself to keep reading. By this time, I wasn't rooting for any of the characters, just for the last page to come. This may sound mean, but when I started book 1, I was really excited for the series. It had great potential, but it just fell short if you ask me. Number 9, King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. This is the third book in the Red Queen series, and also the book where I decided that I really didn't care for the main character, Mare Barrow. Throughout the series, she'd been annoying, but I could tolerate her to a point. But in this book, she became kinda insufferable. I was honestly hoping she'd, die. Number 8, Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. This is the second book of the Red Queen series, and it was alright. I was hoping it would be a little more exciting, considering the first book had established the world, so it could have really dived deeper into the plot. But it almost felt like it could have been combined with the third book, and I wouldn't have missed anything too important. That being said, it was faster paced than book 3 and 4, and it held my attention a bit more because of it. Number 7, All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. This book, which was the first in the duology, established its world well without taking away from the actual story or dragging on. I had never read a book like this one before, and its plot seemed pretty solid. That being said, it's number 7 on my list because it got a little too gory for me. I tend to get really queasy with anything medical or gory or the like, so it wasn't too good of a fit for me personally, though I should have known since it was about a death tournament for high magic. Number 6, Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. As the first book of the Red Queen series, this book had a lot of potential. When I read this book, I really liked it. I mean, it was a world with castles and motorcycles and supernatural abilities and a revolution. This book had it all. It showed me a completely different side of the fantasy genre, and I was really excited to keep on reading. I wasn't quite rooting for the main character, but was hoping that as the series progressed, I would start to. That wasn't necessarily the case, but I did like the first book in the series. Number 5, Blade of Secrets by Trisha Levenseller. The first book in the Bladesmith duology, this fast-paced fantasy adventure of a blacksmith with the ability to make magic weapons immediately had my attention, and I finished it in less than 2 days. I love books like this, a fast-paced adventure that keeps you turning pages because you feel like you're part of the adventure, and the added touch of magic was something that had me hooked. I read it in a car during a road trip, so it almost felt like I was traveling with the characters, which is pretty exciting. Number 4, Tiger Queen by Annie Sullivan. This standalone book, set in a desert kingdom, had me hooked. Annie Sullivan's blend of describing what's currently happening in the story while including important world-building information and background plot made it easy to understand the story while letting me use my imagination to see what she envisioned. I was rooting for the main character from page 1 and was really happy and overall satisfied with the way the book ended. As much as I wish there was another book to read with these characters, the ending was too perfect and it wouldn't have sat right any other way. Number 3, A Curse of Gold by Annie Sullivan. The second book in the Touch of Gold duology follows Princess Cora and her friends on another adventure to defeat Greek god Dionysus, and overall, this was a really good book. I really like this author, and as I previously stated, I really like her writing style. This book had a fast-paced and high-stakes adventure, and I was rooting for the main character the whole time, and when she almost... That's a spoiler. Let's just say I was really happy it ended the way it did. Number 2, A Touch of Gold by Annie Sullivan. This book, the first in the Touch of Gold duology, holds a special place in my heart. It's the book that got me back into reading after not having done so since middle school. I never expected to find a King Midas retelling pirate fantasy adventure story, but when I tell you this book is good, I mean it. I finished it in 2 days and found myself staying up late at night just to keep reading. It had such a plot twist too. I was sitting there reading, and when I got to it, I couldn't believe I didn't see it coming. Overall, it was such a good read, and I'd highly recommend it. Number 1, Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page. This book is the first of 4 in the Dorothy Must Die series, and let me tell you, I'd highly recommend it. I really like that this book flipped the concept of good and evil on its head, focusing on the gray area in between. It twisted the classic Wizard of Oz story, turning Dorothy into a power-hungry tyrant queen, which was unlike anything I'd ever read before, earning it my number 1 spot. In this new Oz, nothing is as it seems, and as a lot of the characters say throughout the series, Dorothy must die. Well, those are my top 10 books of 2022. Now that it's 2023, I get to start all over again, and I'm already halfway through my 4th book. Happy reading!
Hopefully one of these books piqued your interest. If not, then there's plenty more to discover.
Not this book, though. It's banned. The North Dakota legislature has introduced a couple of controversial bills this session, aimed at prohibiting library materials. Zachary sat down with one BSC librarian to get her perspective on the bills and how they might affect BSC.
Bismarck State College Director of Library Services, Marlene Anderson, is concerned about some of the book banning bills that have been going through the North Dakota legislature. According to her, the role of the library is to serve the community, and it is important that libraries have all the resources necessary to do that, including the library here at BSC.
People need all kinds of resources in order to learn what they want to learn, in order to have materials that support their research projects, for papers or speeches, or sometimes simply their own curiosity.
Anderson doesn't see any of the current proposals affecting the BSC library, but isn't ruling out the possibility in the future. As of now, there haven't been any complaints brought up to her about material in the BSC library.
Could there be any individual thing, a page, a word, a section, a poem, that someone might not like? That's certainly possible, but I really don't anticipate having too many concerns or challenges brought to us.
Despite the bills, Anderson urges students and faculty to make use of the library services offered in their communities. She believes libraries are a valuable resource, one that should be open for all.
Use libraries. Use libraries your whole life. Keep learning. It is a lifelong learning kind of thing.
Reporting for MystiCast, I'm Zachary Wyand.
For more on this story, check out Zachary's full report in the Mystician issue 84.7.
Native Americans are put at a disadvantage when it comes to financial struggles. One company in Bismarck is helping to ease that burden.
When natives or indigenous people move off the reservation, it can be hard to find a financial footing. The Native American Development Center, along with Native Inc., helps lessen that struggle. Lorraine Davis, founder and CEO, had this to say about the Native American Development Center.
The Native American Development Center is here to better serve the Native American population. We offer entrepreneur workshops and really tailored to our Native Americans, whether you live on or off the reservation. We also do and offer micro business loans. Those loans are up to $20,000. And then we also do financial literacy. So like say, if somebody wants help with improving like their credit score or getting some technical assistance, like say for developing a business plan.
The Native American Development Center first opened its doors in September 10, 2012 and has been helping Native Americans in North Dakota ever since. Shelby Kaplan, housing director, had this to say about her time at the NADC.
They're leaving with something and they're not empty-handed, so we want everybody to feel welcome when they come through and leave our doors.
When asked how the Native American Development Center will help rebuild Native communities, Lee Tasso, Director of Human Services, had this to say.
It will bring a lot of our tribal people who come here for various reasons, for school, to start over, or just relocating. We're bringing our culture back, because a lot of us that are born here, like our children, they're not on the res. So being here, they're able to be around all their tribal people and learn their culture.
The NADC is not just for Native Americans. Everyone is welcomed and encouraged to come.
Anyone can come to the center. We're open to everybody and anybody. We welcome anybody. You just come here every day. We have coffee and popcorn, and where you're greeted with a familiar face.
This has been Mina with Mystic Media. Thank you so much.
For more information, you can visit ndnativecenter.org. Man, all this news is making me hungry. How about we learn how to make some food?
Are you looking for a way to dine in and yet still have the same taste as takeout? In this segment of Cooking with Kaya, we make Panda Express's famous orange chicken. The orange chicken tasted better than the stuff you get at any restaurant, plus the MystiCast crew had a fun time filming it as well. It's always a good time when you know you get food at the end. If you would like to see the full video of Cooking with Kaya, visit our website or Facebook page at Mystic Media.
Dang, I wish I had some food up here, or at least something better than astronaut food. Here's Levon taking a look at some of the most concerning price hikes of any industry. Is the fast food value menu lost forever? Has the fast food value menu inflated like my appetite?
With the rising costs of everything everywhere, I decided to check out 4 prominent fast food chain restaurants to see what their value menu was looking like in the year 2023. First up, I went to McDonald's, the Golden Arches, to get one of my usuals, the McChicken, which is now $2.69, then a cheeseburger for $2.39, and then you can get up to a medium fry for $2.99 and a 4-piece chicken McNugget meal for $2.59. Then over to Arby's, in an even more limited menu, you can get curly fries and the crinkle fries for $2.79, but that is only going to get you a small size, and then all their sliders are $2.29 total. Then over to Hardee's, not much here either. You can get curly fries for $2.79, that's a small, or a large french fry actually is only $2.99 here at Hardee's. A double cheeseburger will cost you $2.99 and a small hamburger $2.89, and that's all. Then to Taco John's, which surprised me, but actually kind of makes sense, has the most diverse value menu of any place I've encountered so far. You can get a nacho beef burrito for $2, a snack quesadilla for $1, a nacho crunch chicken burrito for $3, spicy chicken and potato griller for $3, mini fried chicken taco for $2.19, a soft shell for $2.29, a hard shell for $1.99, a taco burger for $2.59, one small Olay's only $2.89, nachos for $2.29, a side salad for $1.99, and even refried beans for $1.79 if that's your style. What a place, Taco John's, the winner on this challenge.
Houston, we have a problem. Somebody hacked my McDonald's app. All my points are gone.
Man, what a problem. Increased technology usage has led to the rise of the digital world. However, scams and exposure of personal data online has made the need for cybersecurity increase as well. Bismarck State College's cybersecurity program has grown to help meet this demand.
In the fall of 2016, an Associate of Applied Science in Cybersecurity and Computer Networks was developed by increasing security training in the previous IT program. With the help of major cybersecurity company Palo Alto Networks, BSC's cybersecurity program is training students in the various aspects of cybersecurity, including how to protect information and keep up with the constant changes of the digital world. Cybersecurity is the application of security within data and computing, and boils down to protecting sensitive data from usernames, passwords, and credit card information to networks and devices. Connor Grail, a junior in BSC's Cybersecurity Bachelor program, describes how he defines cybersecurity.
To me, it means having a security awareness at all times on mobile devices, computers, and just basically being safe as to what you're doing on the internet and always being aware.
Sharing as little information as possible and using lengthy passwords of 12 characters or more can help reduce the amount of personal data lost in the event of an attack. Using phrases or full sentences are an easy way to remember long passwords while making them as secure as possible. But what's the most common type of cyber attack? Phishing-related scams, which are emails containing urgent links bringing up a bogus site that looks legitimate. Any usernames and passwords entered on this fake site can be stolen by attackers. BSC's Assistant Professor of Cybersecurity, Nick C., explains that there's a good chance that people use the same username and password across multiple sites, which gives potential hackers easy access to your information.
There is no one thing that will keep your information safe and secure. Cybersecurity used to be described like an onion, where there were a bunch of layers until you get to the middle, the heart of that onion, where the data is, and you have to peel through each of them. That's not necessarily the case anymore. It's being described more like an avocado, where you can peel off different layers. There's multiple avenues to get to that heart. But the idea is that you have to have multiple layers. There has to be multiple defenses. There's just a lot of things that have to be done to keep things secure. And it's up to you to do it, because nobody else is going to secure your data for you.
Reporting for MystiCast, I'm Ashley Presser.
Cyber attacks can be prevented in many ways. Running software updates and using anti-malware software are two more easy ways to prevent cyber threats.
Beep, boop. Technology has advanced significantly in the last 20 years. We are living in the future, from robots and cell phones to virtual reality. This is our new normal. The latest chatbot released from the Elon Musk-founded OpenAI Foundation is called ChatGPT. It's a text-generating AI system, and users can ask the bot pretty much anything they want to hear. If you want the bot to write a paper on quantum physics, it can do that. If you want it to write a story like this one, you could do that as well. Professors at Bismarck State College are already preparing for ChatGPT to influence their students' work in class. Associate Professor of English at BSc, Michael Tomanek, integrated the chatbot into his syllabus. He had the bot itself write a paragraph stating not to use it in his class. Tomanek says that using the bot for class is not technically plagiarism, but is considered to be academic dishonesty. He says that using the bot may have its uses, but overall it takes away from our critical thinking skills.
Binging Netflix is so much more popular than sitting down and reading a novel for the afternoon. And there's so much in the critical thought processes that we've lost because of that. And now you add writing to that. And the minute you take reading and writing for granted, everybody loses.
This was written by the bot. So while ChatGPT may seem like a helpful resource, it's important to remember that it goes against the rules of many educational institutions. As always, let's prioritize responsible and ethical uses of technology in the classroom. Artificial intelligence may be smart, but it's not smart enough to keep its boots clean. Fortunately enough, Mina knows how to keep her boots clean. Now we go to Taylor outside.
Hi guys, as you can see, I'm out here in the cold snow. Here in North Dakota, we have about 6 months of winter and only about 2 days between winter and summer. So we get a lot of use out of our snow boots. That being said, sometimes they can get a little dirty and stinky. Luckily, Mina has some tips on how we can clean our snow boots.
With winter in full gear, it's time to learn how to care for one of our greatest allies against the cold, our snow boots. Hello everybody, my name is Mina Goodigal, and today I'm going to show you how to clean snow boots. Begin by taking out the soles in the boots, if there is any. As well as the shoelaces. Next, fill the tub with warm water, add a couple of Tide Pods, and add a cup of white vinegar. Give the soup a nice stir. Add the boots, give a nice scrub, and leave soaking for 30 minutes. Finally, give them a nice rinse and get any excess water out and set aside completely to dry. that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching.
The student athletes of Bismarck State College's women's softball and men's baseball teams have been busy practicing as the start of the season draws nearer. The baseball season began on March 12th in Tucson, Arizona, while softball began in February with 4 games in the Minot Dome.
The Mystics softball team will be heading to Florida to play 8 games and are looking forward to playing this season. Head softball coach Kurt Grensteiner likes the challenges of being head coach and says it's good to see the team's efforts of growing the softball program.
I think I'm hoping mostly just to be able to play to our potential. And I think if we can put things together and are able to play to our potential, I think we can really make a strong run towards the end of the season. And that's what I'm mostly hoping for, is just to build momentum and win some games that people don't expect us to win.
Hannah Fisher, who is an outfielder for the Mystics, is excited to get outside and play with her teammates.
My favorite thing about softball is just being able to be around all the girls. You get to know everyone pretty good and get to meet new people and just create good relationships with everyone. And you probably will meet lifelong friends.
BSC's baseball team traveled to Arizona on March 10th to play 10 games during spring break, with the conference season starting on March 23rd in Miles City. Head baseball coach Jaden Scott says that he has high expectations for the team and is looking forward to the start of the season.
I mean, our goal is to always go compete for a conference and regional title, and we made it to districts last year, and we're kind of hoping to kick that door in here. But just to go out and compete every single game and leave it all on the field is the expectation.
The team shares similar sentiments. Wyatt Tweet, a catcher and first baseman on BSC's baseball team, is excited for the season ahead.
We got a good team this year. I'm really excited, and we're going to be a team to beat. We're going to be good.
Both teams will conclude their regular season schedule at the end of April. Reporting for MystiCast, I'm Ashley Presser.
Due to the snow and cold temperatures, schedules are constantly changing. Be sure to log into bscmystics.com for more information.
Next, I'm making a memorial that is easy and budget friendly. Struggling with loss is never easy, but helping to keep a loved one close with a memorial can be therapeutic. You can also visit the MAC located in the Student Union for free counseling services.
What a nice sentiment. Movies serve as a great escape. Man, I wish I could escape the moon. I think there's something here with me. With the year 2022 behind us, Levon has finalized his list of the best movies of the past year.
Hello, my name is Levon Schultz, self-proclaimed film critic and Letterboxd patron. This is going to be my list of the top 10 movies of the year 2022. But before we get started, I'd like to shout out a few honorable mentions that didn't quite make the cut. Those being Pearl, Ambulance, 3,000 Years of Longing, Emergency, and Avatar: The Way of Water. Now, let's get into the top 10. The first film in Ty West and Mia Goth's horror trilogy, X is set in rural Texas in the late 70s. A group of adult filmmakers rent out the back cabin of a suspicious and not too approving old couple. This slasher spirals out of control to become one of my favorites in this year's new wave of original horror stories. As of now, the Best Picture frontrunner and the leader in nominations as a whole, the Daniels sophomore feature together, Everything Everywhere All at Once, is a true masterclass in filmmaking. Michelle Yeoh leads an incredible ensemble cast through the multiverse on an existential journey to find the meaning of love itself. You can be assured that you have never seen anything like this ever before, though inspired by many great films, something wholly original. The most patient and devastating film of this year's slate, After Sun delivers blow after blow that will sit with you for hours and days after your viewing. Paul Mescal delivers such a perfect, subtle, but always intentional performance in this father-daughter vacation drama story. I guarantee you, if you pay attention and look for the somber details, this one will hit you right where it hurts. Jordan Peele's triumphant return, Nope, is an extraterrestrial spectacle of a film that evokes classic Spielberg blockbuster qualities. The easily watchable qualities of your classic summer blockbuster paired with the Jordan Peele twist of social commentary thrown in there. Once Nope has you, it's something you truly can't look away from. This quick-paced culinary horror satire is one of the best movies of the year. Ralph Fiennes absolutely eats up his performance as the head chef of this exclusive restaurant dining experience. This may be one of the quote-unquote most fun movies of the year. If you're looking for a great time to throw on with some friends, I highly recommend The Menu. If not for a terrible advertisement campaign and being released in the wrong time, Babylon is an absolute smash hit. Damien Chazelle assembles an incredible cast including Margot Robbie and Brad Pitt and many other great actors to create this absolute overstimulation of the senses. This 3-hour ride through the transition from silent pictures to talkies in 1920s and early 30s Hollywood is something spectacular that you should definitely check out. Give it the time. Would you rather have 3 hours of something great or less? The long-awaited return of the Caped Crusader, The Batman, is a stellar film that I absolutely loved. Matt Reeves is a director that puts filmmaking front and center, even in a comic book movie like this. All the actors, Rob Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, and Colin Farrell, are all in on their performances and deliver believable and gritty characters in this new grungy Gotham landscape. And don't forget about Paul Dano, absolutely giving it all in his role as the Riddler. The Batman is must-see movies, even if you're not a comic book movie fan. To explain The Northman in the least amount of words, Viking, Gladiator, Hamlet. This is also another one of those great films that came probably 20 years too late in this unforgiving movie landscape, but it's definitely something that you should take the time to see. It's an epic set with the backdrop of 10th century Iceland. You follow along with Amleth, played by Alexander Skarsgård, on his journey of revenge and eventual face-to-face matchup with destiny itself. This is an unmissable movie. Definitely go check it out. The fourth A24 movie on my list here, Bodies, 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 is the comedy horror drama made purposefully for Generation Z. This may be the first time I have seen a director in a movie capture Gen Z in a way that doesn't make you roll your eyes and cringe. 100% check out this group of friends at their hurricane party when a party game goes very wrong and things spiral out of control very quickly. To me, this is our generation's spiritual successor to Scream. Ego, power, genius, artist, abuser, can you separate the art from the artist? It is an essential question at the center of Tar, but to just qualify it as that would be doing it a disservice. Tar, every single scene will have you picking a side or at least understanding each side and sitting on the fence in the middle conflicted. Cate Blanchett delivers one of the best performances of her entire career and definitely my favorite of this whole year in this modern masterpiece of a movie. There might not be a more in the times thematically film than Tar. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Levon. This has been my top 10 films of 2022. I hope you enjoy and I hope you check out some of the movies on my list.
My favorite thing to watch is MystiCast. That's #1 on my list.
That's it for the 100th episode of MystiCast. Woo!